Meet my9's Queens of Court TV.
You're crazy.
This is my house now.
Are you serious?
Judge Marilyn Milian.
That is the opposite of what you just said in my courtroom under oath.
Judge Faith Jenkins.
Not only did you lie to her, but you came into court and you lied to me.
Judge Lynn Toller.
You running around getting a whole bunch of people pregnant. How you plan on taking care of all these babies?
Their courtroom, their rules. Weekdays starting at 1. See it here, my9.
Welcome to TMZ Live. Harvey Levin here.
Charles here.
Do you remember in movies that sometimes people are in the back seat of a car and it's cold out and they write help in the back window because they're trying to send signals? Wendy Williams did that today.
Yeah. Wow, that is a heck of a metaphor and an accurate one because we have heard so much over the last few years about Wendy's, her condition, about her health, and that she is,
They said permanently disabled.
That was the word.
And we thought she was not functional and needed the kind of care that only a conservatorship or, in New York, a guardianship could provide.
Which she still is under. But today, she's speaking out. And I got to say, you're about to hear her. She sounds pretty lucid, but she is speaking out about where she is, why she's there, and some things that are really upsetting to her. So this was Wendy speaking to Charlemagne on The Breakfast Club this morning.
I am not cognitively impaired, you know what I'm saying? No, but I feel like I am in prison. You understand what I'm saying? I'm in this place where the people are in their 90s and their 80s. Like, I'm exhausted thinking about, what if I can't see my dad for his birthday? You know, at 94, you know, the day after that is not promised. It's not promised. Like, I want to give my dad some sort of fragrance. You know, I want to go to Sephora and pick and choose. What? I might not be.
Yeah.
My life is like up.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's.
She's prepared for the fact that her phone might be taken away.
What if they take my phone? I won't be able to talk to anybody.
Well, here's the thing about her
That phone.
She does not have a cell phone, and it's a landline, and she can call out, but nobody can call her. Why are they doing that to her? Why would you block her from the outside world unless you don't want people on the outside to know what she's saying? That should alarm everybody.
Yeah.
That should alarm everybody.
So in addition to this, guys, her niece, Alex, was also joined in on the call and explained that just the living conditions that Wendy's experiencing are absolutely terrible. They say that she's cooped up in this small room in New York City where she only has basic necessities. And one of the biggest concerns is just a small window that doesn't give her enough sunlight. And keep in mind, she has breakfast, lunch, and dinner in her bed. She can't go outside. In fact, she says that she has to use a key to go down the elevator, and it's, I guess, difficult for her to leave the building on her own accord. My biggest question is, why is she deciding to speak out now? She claims that this has been going on, this type of mistreatment, for 3 years. Granted, she's good friends with Charlemagne.
Yeah, well, I think, Jacob, I think that's the answer. A week ago, she called Charlemagne, and once he had that conversation with her, he said she seemed well enough that she could do a radio show the next day. And I think then they made some decision that, yeah, she'll do exactly that. And she did.
And it does sound like some members of her family, certainly her niece said this. They said they want people to be on social media posting hashtag Free Wendy, much the way we heard the Free Britney movement.
And I'm going to...
and they're wondering, I think it seems like her family is wondering, why isn't there this cry for Wendy to be free the way there was?
They don't know yet, and that's one of the reasons she's coming forward. And I got to say, personally, the Free Britney movement missed one huge point, which is she has a real mental illness that was diagnosed and almost died before that conservatorship was established. The conservatorship saved her life, and there were reasons for it. Here, I think this is much sketchier.
So to her family's point, if you were on board for Free Britney, you should definitely be on board for Free Wendy.
Times two.
Yeah.
And look, when you watch that documentary on her and she was out of her head, what I'm told by sources who are directly connected to this, that a lot of this had to do with alcohol. And Wendy had an alcohol problem. Right now, what I'm told is she is free of alcohol, and she's free of alcohol because they're not giving her any, obviously. And she's on mood stabilizers. But that aside, the alcohol may have made her appear the way she was, but you don't take an alcoholic and put him under a guardianship.
Right.
You just don't do that. Send them to rehab and then hope they get better. But something is odd here.
Yeah, and it's odd, and it's clear the family wants a change here, and Wendy very much wants this change.
Now, there's the other thing that's really interesting is she talked about Diddy.
And I think this goes to the clarity that she is speaking with. Charlemagne asked her about Diddy's case. For those who don't know, and you're going to hear Charlemagne reference this, there's a long history between Diddy and Wendy. As the story goes, Diddy got her fired back in 1998 from her job at Hot 97.
Right.
So here's what Charlemagne asked her.
You got fired from Hot 97 years ago because of Diddy. All these years later to see where Diddy currently is. What do you feel about that situation?
Hey, when I watch TMZ and I see the stuff that goes on, I'm like, oh my God, Diddy will go to prison for life, people. You don't know things that I knew about Diddy back in the day, and you want to know what? It's about time, people. It is about time. Diddy done.
Wow. She
sounded
sounds
like she was doing her show there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
She sounds like she is on the air. And
I mean, she was on the air, but doing her show.
Right. I get it. There is some. Yeah. This thing has got to be mined because there is something wrong with somebody her age, with her mental acuity, being locked up in an old folks' home without any access to the outside world. There's something wrong
Now,
here.
it is true that if someone has dementia, that they can have periods where they do seem lucid and clear.
Yeah.
But it would be risky for her to go on to do an interview for a half hour.
And a free-flowing interview.
Right.
And by the way,
because at any point, if she gets off of that, that's going to be on the air.
Oh, listen to that. She's going off here. That didn't happen.
And it didn't happen, right.
And it didn't happen a week ago when Charlemagne talked to her then. And I have talked personally to people in her life who are telling me the same thing. So this is alarming. It is simply alarming.
Hi, I'm Hope. I'm in LA, and I think it's absolutely absurd that Wendy Williams is in a conservatorship. It's like, have we learned nothing from the Free Britney situation? I think these conservatorships are completely immoral and abusive in many cases, like in Wendy's.
Yeah, there are cases, though, where it is necessary. The question is it necessary here? Yeah. I think some hard questions need to be asked here.
Yes, indeed.
Okay, we are going to move on.
Yes, to President-elect Trump and his latest appointees. These appointees don't need Senate confirmation hearing. They've already taken the position, and they're going to be ambassadors to Hollywood.
Boy, what a sea change this is.
Yes, that they're now. Clearly, it's not a real ambassadorship, although maybe Trump thinks it is. The three people he's appointed: Sylvester Stallone, Mel Gibson, and Jon Voight. Now, what does the ambassadorship mean? There are things